What's up guys, Reviews Ty and welcome to a new video. And today it's time for the 7th part of my Lotus career mode, and we're here in Canada for the qualifying session, hopefully trying to get out of Q1 for the first time this season. Putting a quick setup on for qualifying, making sure the options are on. Engine, I'm going to put it on 5 laps and rich fuel mix, well lean obviously, for until we get up to the line, because we want to be as fuel conserving as we can. And anyway, coming up to the line to start our first lap then in the Lotus, and we've got 5 laps of fuel and we're on the option tyres. So going to turn 1 on our first flying lap, and then I think in a second we will cut to the end of the lap. So this is just going to be the first lap, so it's going to be a bank, so it's not going to be the best lap as we have a bit of a wobbly moment over the nearly going into the Wall of Champions. But anyway, our first lap is in 1:19 dead, which I was pretty pleased with. As a banker lap, but we do have like a slow down lap, and then after that we go on to our third lap, which is technically our second lap, for another fast lap. And we're just off our time that we did on the first lap in the first sector, apologies, 13 thousandths of a second off. In the second sector then, we've got 2 laps of fuel left, and we're 3 tenths off our lap time in the second sector last time out. So we pretty much decide to abort this lap and come into the pit lane at 200 miles an hour, slowing down pretty quickly. But we will come out later again, as you can see in the session. It's a bit of a weird glitch, this is. Basically, Alonso was going quite slow, so we're stuck behind him because the AI are a bit stupid on here. But anyway, we get released, and we are last at the moment, 2 seconds off Sutill's time. But we only really did 1 competitive lap, so hopefully we can get quite close, and fingers crossed really, we can get out of Q1 for the first time. But opening the DRS then for our probably have 2 laps, because there's 3 laps of fuel, and yeah. Anyway, coming to the first corner on what should probably be our best lap with new options, and that, well, the first sector just proves it really. We're already 3 tenths up in the first 20 or so seconds of the lap, so that just shows how good we've been really on this lap. So will the second sector prove that even more? We are just under a tenth actually up on second sector time for the first lap, so I'm quite pleased with that. So coming on to the second DRS straight, obviously the first one being, well, you can class it as the first one if you want to, but I class it as the second one. Obviously the other one is the straight coming up, which is the start-finish straight. Coming past then the Pirelli signs into the last corner, which contains the Wall of Champions, and some pretty hefty curbs, opening the DRS, past the Fly Emirates sign, and hopefully we can improve. I don't think it's going to put us at Q1, but it does go make sure that we improve by 8 tenths and go past Chilton. But that's the end of our qualifying. We were qualifying 19th, not too bad, but we didn't really have the pace in qualifying to match the Sabres. But hopefully in the race, well, we'll be a lot more competitive. But to the grid, and Lewis Hamilton, congratulations on winning the world title in real F1, by the way. He's on pole, Grosjean 16th, and for some odd reason, we're down in last. I didn't do any practice. It didn't say I've got a 10 place grid penalty in any of the footage for qualifying, so I don't really know. I tried to restart the race 3 times and it was a bit confusing. I don't know. But anyway, it's lights out and away we go. We're on the rich mix, and trying to ignore really that we're last on the grid. Just trying to ignore that and get as far as we can up. But into the first corner, we kind of touch Ericsson, but as you see, that was 4 abreast then between Perez, Suttle and the 2 Toro Rossos. But I think we're going to go 3 abreast, and I think we're coming past the first corner. We pretty much put somebody in the wall. I think that's Adrian Suttle there. I couldn't really care less because I don't like him. But anyway, into the second corner, we kind of like dive bomb and get up to P11. We're right on the back of the Ferrari driver, Kimi Raikkonen. We're going up the inside, but it's going to be a good move to go on the outside. Really aggressive here. We're going to go for Magnussen, who we touch on the rear left, but still, well, we'd have to actually get past him because he holds it around the inside line, which is very impressive from Magnussen. But I think that Magnussen will probably pull away from us now, I reckon, into the left corner, the left and right hander, other way around. But anyway, Raikkonen's just behind us, and as you can see, Magnussen, has pretty much pulled away. So on to lap 10 now, and Raikkonen is just behind us, and Raikkonen actually passes us on the DRS, and this is the lap which we're actually going to go in the pits. Oh my god, what the hell happened there? I don't really know what happened there. I went pretty much too quick into the pits and didn't realise that Raikkonen was there and smashed off the whole of our front wing. So then we've got, yep, that's putting the prime tyres on, all swell, and the team holding us. What's happening? There's smoke coming from there, so there might be a problem there. We're being held still. We're still being held. Yes, we're still being held. That's 21st, 22nd. Absolutely marvellous. We're still being held. Over 20 seconds nearly now. This is stupid. We speed up time. It's nearly over 25 seconds. Safety cars out on track. 3 cars are out. And they are Kobayashi, Sutil and Raikkonen. We followed Raikkonen into the pits. So I reckon there's either been an unsafe release from Kimi Raikkonen behind us, and he crashed into Adrian Sutil and Kamui Kobayashi, who was going to the pits after him. But that has really wrecked our race. Even though the safety car is out, we wasted in excess of over 30 seconds in the pit lane. I may as well have just got out the car and had a cup of tea, really, with how long I was in the pit lane for. But anyway, a couple of laps later, we did get lapped because of that, so that's so infuriating for our points chances this race. As you can see, it is 50%. I forgot to mention that. But our next pit stop is about lap 28, but we're behind Hamilton, and its safety car is in this lap, as it just said on the top. We're 19th out of 19. And it's just been very frustrating so far. Hopefully we can do a bit better. The green flags are out, as you can see. But I think there's a certain safety car line just coming up right now that Hamilton can just go, and he does. That's just coming past that line. It's green flag. Hamilton's pretty much gone already, but we're already getting blue flags. And we don't really want to be slowing down that much behind Hamilton. Because if we slow down so much, we're letting everybody through. And then, you know, it's a bit stupid. And, you know, the race is lost. But anyway, we are in Rich, and we just pull over because we think, why not? Let Ricciardo and Rosberg through, and then when the guy in P4 comes up to us, we will slow down. But going into lean fuel, because I know there's no point of using too much fuel, so we just have to slow down for a couple of these cars. Coming into then to the end of Sector 1, we kind of pull over for the guy in P4, which is Ricciardo's teammate, Sebastian Vettel. And then we pull over, kind of slow down a little bit for the Spaniard Fernando Alonso in that one remaining Ferrari in this Grand Prix. A lap later then we got Kevin Magnussen, who's in a good 6th place I think in that McLaren. The Dane, obviously he might not be there in next season's Formula 1, we'll just have to wait and see. But we're going into standard mix now, and we're back into lean mix, and we're going on to DRS straight. We're not going to get DRS, and Magnussen doesn't either. Well, what the hell is this? He's saving his ERS, and we're in lean fuel mix. We've got the slipstream. We go up Sue abreast into that corner, and that's a beautiful move. And we've got back past Magnussen. Apparently we caused a collision, but I couldn't give a damn really. But I love that move. Hamilton sets the fastest lap of a 1:15.5. I'm going to guess he will win the race. So I don't know where Rosberg is. I don't think he's overtook us. Oh yeah, he has. He was in 3rd. And apparently now we've got a penalty for holding people up. I'll be honest, I put a flashback on, but as you can see, they're nowhere near me there. So what was the problem? What was the problem? Thank you, Codemasters. So we've got a penalty for apparently ignoring blue flags. Which I didn't have blue flags in at that time there, so I'm very infuriated by that. I did restart the race 3 times because of the problem at the grid, because I thought it was very weird that we're starting last. If any of you guys know why that happened, please let me know as well. But yeah, I restarted the race 3 times. I would have actually restarted the race, I'm not going to lie, if that happened on my first time. But the fact I'd restarted the race 3 times already, I didn't really want to restart it again. But anyway, everybody's lapped us. Even I think that's Ericsson who's just got past us. But anyway, we've got the DRS on Ericsson. We've kept up to him, and we're gonna. Well, he's past the Caterham driver, who is going to be driving to Sauber in next year's Formula 1. And we've got the DRS open yet again, and I think we're going to do our fastest lap of the Grand Prix. No, yes, we are actually. We improve by just under 2 tenths. We're just behind Bianchi now, so we can lap him and possibly just do something in this race, overtake someone, and just have something to be a little bit proud of, rather than just sitting in 19th, about 6 laps behind. But Ericsson did catch up to us later in the lap, and he overtook us. But we're pretty much dive-bombing him down into this corner. Not that much, though, because the room was there to make a move. And we did make a move, and I don't know, I think we got the DRS. Yeah, the DRS activation is a lot earlier. But we did get past Ericsson, and now we've got another penalty. Oh, my days. Ignoring blue flags, and I was just done with Codemasters at this time. And I just can't believe it. So we just slow down, let him through. We throw our toys out the pram a little bit. But, Lap 29 out of 35. We got lapped 6 times in that race. And Lewis Hamilton, as I said earlier, has won this race. And we can't be arsed anymore. Verns overtook us, and I just really want to apologise, guys. I mean, 3 DNFs in a row. It just looks really bad for this career mode, doesn't it? But these are totally legitimate, DNFs. I suppose it kind of spices up the season a little bit because it's a bit different. But I know it is infuriating for you guys. But hopefully something a lot better will stay in Austria. But as you can see, Kimi Raikkonen retired, as well as Suttle and Kobayashi. Alonso actually didn't get points, surprisingly, who was in 5th earlier on in the race. So in the championship standings, Lewis Hamilton is on 144 points, 8 points ahead of his championship rival at the front. And we've dropped down to 8th in the constructors. I think I've dropped to 12th in the drivers. But anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. And goodbye.